Why are you waving?
Why are you not waving?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Today, we're going to be talking about the swap.
At the swap.
I was waiting for him to say. Just stuff that we got, how it went, people that were there. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the Danbury thing. Which we actually talked about the Danbury thing a lot yesterday at the swap. Because they're doing a fish swap September 10th at the place, well, at like 1 Fair Street, the same place I'm doing the talk. So they're doing a swap there on September 10th. So he was Bill Cole was there. He was handing out the flyers for those, and we were talking about the Danbury thing to a lot of people. Even Bill Cole. Scotty Aquati, welcome. Scuba Stevos, Mystery Snail Guardians, we're wearing your shirt. I was wearing this, and then he went and put his on. Sandy D, welcome. Welcome, everybody. We're matching today. And we have similar pants on. But, yep. So,
Hi.
Stephen P, welcome. My father finally put on some CO2 to his tank. He got a new thing.
Regulator. Tank.
Regulator.
The whole setup.
The whole thing. But it had an Epstone regulator on it, and he got a good deal on it because the dude was trying to make deals on everything. So he got a good deal on it, and he hooked it up to his 40 breeder. Tell him a little bit about it.
I hope that's the 40 breeder. Hopefully it's right. Not everything dies.
It makes bubbles.
But it's making bubbles. So this is
Alshon, welcome.
This is one in the excursion of many.
Yes, I did buy it. I did buy something from Bill. I was gonna go back and get some of his detritus worms. So.
Technically, you did not buy something from Bill.
Alright, so last year at the Killifish Swap, Bill Cole was there, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go meet Bill Cole and stuff. So I went over there, and he had these green laser cories, and I was like, these things are awesome. I wanted to get some, but I waited. If you watched the live stream from last year, I waited so long. And then I went back, and I was like, alright, I'm ready to buy them. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get them. And they were all sold. So I was kind of upset. And I had a tank all set up for him now. Well, when we went to the swap.
This year we stood there while he was unpacking and waited for him to bring them out.
Yeah, I had a tank all set up for him, and we were there, and he got one of his boxes all undone, and there was no green lasers. I was like, there's green lasers on the list. There's no green lasers here. I was like, oh man, no green lasers for me this year. But he had another box. He brought them out, and I was like, all right, I want that bag. Actually, it's 6 in it. He had them marked 5 for $60, which is a really good price. And it's from Bill Cole, so I know something's not up. And so I was like, all right, that bag. And he put a definite female in each one of them. And I was like, all right. And he was like, you're doing the talk at our thing down in Carmel, New York in 2 weeks, right? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, well, you can have them.
So he gave them to her.
And that was really awesome. So I'm really happy about that. I got home, and I was like, I don't like that tank, so they're going to go in this tank. So they're all in a tank. They're with my peppered cories right now. They will get their own tank. I just didn't like the other tank. So I'm going to be taking that tank down and cleaning it and everything, and then let it go for a couple weeks, and then they'll get their own tank. But I'm really, really happy.
Hey, QC, Bunny Viper,
QC Alcoholic, welcome. Bunny Viper, welcome.
Jeremy, Alshon.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy, welcome. I said hi to Alshon. And I forget who was it. It wasn't Bill. Maybe it was his friend. Somebody was like, yeah, one of our friends in New Jersey told me about the talk in a couple weeks. And then we asked if it was Alshon. Well, he said his real name. But, and yeah, it was Alshon that told him. I forget who it was, though. Was it Bill, like the person that was sitting at the table with Bill Cole?
I don't remember.
It was somebody else, but yeah. Brianna, do you have any of Foxy's longfin pepper? Oh man, hold on, let me scroll back up. Longfin pepper cores, they are amazing. I don't have any of hers. I have a tank of adults, and I bred them, and then I had a tank of babies, but I sold all the babies. Landon was at the swap, and I brought fish for him that he wanted, and he got, I wouldn't say my last 3. I have 1 baby left, so he got the last 3 that I had available, and I kept that last baby. I moved it with the adults, because there's actually a baby in that tank, too. No more Corys left in the world. Y'all bought them all. Yeah. There's people across from us, and they had, the kid was trying to breed Corys and Crevensis, and he had them together, and he couldn't breed either of them, so he sold the Corys, gold laser Corys, so I got some of them. Harrison Tropicals, welcome. Pepling Creek Aquatics, Swampy Acres Homestead, Only Oscars, welcome.
There was a guy across from us who had some fish. That alphabet guy.
Alphabet guy?
ABC. He was right across from us.
Oh, I was talking. So we had 2 tables. We were in the middle of the room. Our tables went like this. So I'm talking about across from that table, they had Corys, but across from this table was ABC. He was set up. He had rainbow shiners, driftwood, some mugs, and then he brought some tadpoles. We got some of those. We'll talk about that later.
Hamster girl bought one of his mugs.
Yep. Olivia got one of his mugs. And we'll talk more about the swap and everything after. But let's just say about halfway through, it got pretty boring. So we were throwing paper back and forth. We were, I think, playing football. We were flicking a paper back and forth. And whenever people would walk through, we would just sit there like we were doing nothing. So then behind us was KJE Aquatics, and to our right, all the way across the room, was Christopher. So I wanted to get a gecko from Christopher.
And Michael's fish room.
But I gotta wait. Yes, Michael's fish room was there. Olivia got a picture with him. I didn't.
Because he's scary? He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. I just forgot to get a picture with him.
Oh.
I forgot to get a picture of Bill Cole too, but I'll see him in 2 weeks, so I'll just get a picture with him then. But Michael drove 4 hours, which sounds crazy, but he didn't seem that upset that he didn't sell a bunch of stuff. I mean, like, he didn't sell a ton of stuff. But he was hanging out with Keith, too, KJE Aquatics. John McKenzie, welcome. I love the orange lasers, but can never find them when I'm in the market. Lady Diane is hooking me up with some orange Venezuelans, but she feels better. I only have 1 left. Yeah. The orange Venezuelans, they're really cool if you get nice ones. So I had some, I don't know where I got them. Oh, I think I got them on band from a raffle. And you can see the difference between those and the ones that I got from Keith. I think I got some from Keith, and I got some from Alex, too. So I told him at the last Jersey Shore auction, hopefully he will be there at their next auction in October. I got a selfie with Corey last weekend. Wow. my sister got a picture of Michael's fish room just to make Matt
Just to
upset.
send it to Matt.
Yeah. Rob, to freeze aquariums or aquatics aquariums. He was there. We got to hang out with him.
Yeah, we hung out with him for a while, and Keith was behind us, and ABC was in front of us.
Christopher was pretty bored, so he kept coming over to our table, which is fine. I wanted to get a gecko from him, but I'm gonna wait a little bit on that because I want a gargoyle gecko, which they're a little bit pricey. I was anticipating I would sell more, so I was like, at the end of the swap, I'll come over and get that one, but I didn't. Matt, hello. We were just talking about you, kind of.
Yeah, the swap was definitely rocking in the beginning. It was packed, and
James,
then
welcome.
it slowed down quickly, and then stayed there. So that was shitty that happened. It kind of stayed slow for what, 2.5 hours?
The whole thing at the end.
It was like 12:30 when it died off, and then it stayed dead until 4. So
Q Aquatics,
Pretty much.
welcome.
James,
But there was 3 people who had reptiles. The people across from us, not the ones with the cories, there was ones that had a ton of snakes, and they had some leopard geckos and frogs too. But somebody was iffy. Oh, our friend Christopher, he's a really good reptile person. He was a little iffy about them. And then there was other people that were way across the room from us, Schluter Sales. They had some leopard geckos. I shouldn't have said their name. Yeah.
Cool.
The people that had those leopard geckos that were cheap
next to us,
across the room.
across
The
the room.
kid. It was a kid and it was 2 older people.
Right.
Yeah. Seems like everybody was walking away with their geckos, though. Probably because they were cheap. Did any of you meet Brian? Oh, we didn't go to Aquashell Dallas. Never mind.
Select that.
Select Pet, welcome. Oh, that sounds fun. Select.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday. Me and Michael and Keith. How it kind of slowed down, and this is your last. Well, for us, some of you guys are getting closer, but for us, there was 4 weeks. 3 weeks left till school,
Yeah.
something like that. So this is your last chance for vacations before the kids go back. Not your last chance, but everyone does those last minute vacations before school starts and school shopping and all that stuff. So people aren't looking for that's why I think, plus it was a beautiful day up here. So it was absolutely
terrible.
gorgeous. So I think that, between the beach and outdoor activities and things going on and stuff like that kind of hurt it a little bit. But I think what was the last one?
November 22nd, so end of November.
So I think like November and being on a Sunday definitely made a big difference. So that stayed busy all day. I think people were looking for something to do. So it's something to think about. I don't know if it's true or not. I just making stuff up. But
I didn't do as well as last year. Last year we sold out of some live foods before the swap started. This year I only sold 1 live food culture until the end of it. Then some guy came over and bought the rest of the white worms. I still have white worms. I don't know if QC Aquaholic's still in here, if he's still looking for some. I think he said something a couple weeks ago. but I have some white worms. I brought 5 cultures to the I brought some cultures to the swap. I brought 5 of them. I sold them all, but I still have a bunch.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully there's some planning next year and it changes a little bit. I don't think summer does good. I know Spa City, he said he doesn't really like to go too much in the summertime because they're slow.
But he doesn't go November, December because
Right.
he's hunting. But he does have his swap. So there's 3 of them going on. We have the Keystone Clash. That's the one we're going to. The 23rd through the 25th of September. But on the 25th is when everything's happening, because that's the last day of the Keystone Clash. That's when the Capital District, Chris's swap, that's when he is doing theirs. I think they did one in April, and they're doing one September 25th. And then also September 25th is the Central New York Aquarium Society swap. And they are, I don't know where that one is. It's a little bit further down in New York.
Yeah, there's one in Syracuse. But yeah.
Oh, there's one in Syracuse. That's in November. There's a November 5th. There's one in Syracuse, and then there's Rexpo. Chris is going to that one. November 20th. Chris is going to Rexpo. I think he's vending there. Yeah, he's vending there. I couldn't figure out how you could vend there. Sell there. But that's a big swap. On Facebook, there's 1.1 thousand people interested or going. And that includes, I don't know how many vendors there are. There's a couple hundred. So that would be cool to go there some year. But I don't know how much tickets are. I'm not big into reptiles, but I was going to help out at the fish tube booth. Man. I'm not, hold on. But at the fish tube booth, by interviewing Will Nace, frantically researched his channel on reptile stuff. That's fun.
But he did get the interview prime time. I saw that. That was pretty good. Or talk with, whatever you want to call it.
Just like the pet stores don't do well in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they change it later on. Like, I think the November one was pretty good.
Maybe they learned this year. Well, Chris, he started out in Saratoga. He's in Saratoga right now. He lives in Saratoga. But I don't think he owns the Capital District area Reptile Expo. I don't think he owns, well, I think him and somebody else, or maybe a couple other people do it. But he is one of the people that, like, do it. Because there was some reptile people that came by to buy a gecko from Christopher yesterday. And they were like, we'll be at your show. So I think him and a couple other people do it. But in 2019, he was doing shows in Saratoga. So I think he moved to the Capital District because he was doing it at a Saratoga something center, like a really big place. And there was 160 vendors there. But I think he moved to Albany. I don't know. Brianne, what's your excuse for not making videos?
I will give her an excuse this time. She has been helping me cut the roots and pick the rocks and clean up that piece of property over there. So she has been doing that. She also has been sitting on TikTok, so there is time, but she has been helping me do a lot of that stuff. And cutting the grass and pulling the drag around that we made.
Yeah, we hooked a fence to the lawnmower and put some cement blocks on it. And we were dragging that around. But we don't need that anymore. I cleaned the lawnmower since then. Yeah, I don't really have a good excuse. Like he said, I have been helping him. He installed a tankless water heater on a camper this Saturday. And we got there at 10 o'clock and we left at like 1:40 something. So it took a little over 4 hours. Can you explain?
Everything was against me. The siding, the floor, the connections, everything. It was horrible.
Yeah, the water heater was square, but the entrance was rounded in the corners. But I don't know. My school friends watch my YouTube channel a bunch, so I don't do videos a lot.
You should.
But at least I'm still here doing live streams and stuff.
You should make some videos. We were gonna go live yesterday at the swap, but
There is no excuse.
like we said, it was really good in the beginning. I mean, it was super busy.
So you couldn't even walk around.
And then it died out, and we figured like lunchtime, people taking a break, and then because that's what happened last year. It was like a half hour, 45 minutes where it died out, and then it picked back up again.
It was just vendors walking around for the rest of the time.
And we were hoping it would pick back up because we didn't want to show the place dead. I mean, it looked busy, but there wasn't a lot of people because it was all the vendors roaming around. So we were hoping that it would pick back up before we went live. Didn't really want to advertise it. Not doing well.
But it didn't. It didn't do terrible. I mean, we didn't lose money. So, I spent a lot of money there. Because I got green lasers. I got gold lasers. I got some tadpoles, or dart frogs, Santa Isabel tadpoles. And then my mother bought the gray tree frog tadpoles. But I should do some videos. I was going to do a video on my doobie roaches, but I don't think anybody wants that.
I couldn't pass up. I only bought the CO2 system. The bottle, the regulator, the hose.
And the containers.
The diffuser I broke. Because I wanted to change out the hose, and I went to pull it off, and I just crushed it. But
you had another one, though.
I did have another one. But and then those critter keepers, I don't know, they're 1.5 gallon, something like that. Not sure. Yeah, they're probably 1.5 gallon.
A bunch of those.
They had a bunch of them stacked up, so we made a really good deal on them because we were looking at them. The thought was maybe if we were going to do shows like this, we would put one on the table with water and then have a couple of fish or a bunch of fish or whatever swimming around, and people can see them better than in the bags.
Because we had a pair of crevences that we were selling, and whenever somebody stopped by, I would pick up the bag and show people, and they're like, "Whoa! I didn't even you didn't even know that the crevences was that pretty. It was a super red crevences pair." And I would show them because I'd pick up the bag and then I'd show them the fish, and nobody even knew that the crevences were that colorful until I showed them. But I should do some videos. My monitor is kind of weird, so I don't use it a lot. I tried to work on my presentation the other day, and then my monitor made this popping noise. So then I just turned it off, and then I walked away. So I'm going to borrow my sister's laptop sometime. And I finished all the information points on the slideshow for the Danbury thing. I just have to change the background on the slides so they're not white.
There's no one in the house.
There's people in the house. And then I have to add some photos. But
it's Sunday. Who the hell would call here?
I don't know. Maybe somebody, well, maybe I'll do a video on something. I don't know what though. Maybe the frogs. Maybe. I got some flightless fruit flies, wingless fruit flies. There's a cool culture of those. I have to make some more cultures.
I think that's what Bunny was just talking about.
Yeah. I have to scroll down. Anyways. I bought 2 cultures off some guy on eBay who has a lot of positive reviews, and I think he might have just sent me 2 bags of dirt. He claims they're in there, though. Oh. Yeah. I have a bucket downstairs that's just dirt. I moved the worms out of it, so it's just dirt that I use for, well, I use to put the worms in it for the show, and then I have a tote full of worms.
That sounded expensive. There we go. Hey, Patty. Yep, Patty's is 1.7 gallons, so there you go. Now we haven't given up on the equities. We are, everything's okay down there. They're just, I don't know. They were young. Hopefully they'll breed.
What?
I'm sure they will. The equities.
Yeah, you scroll so far down, I didn't get to read anything.
Where the hell are you going?
I don't know.
You were back where we were.
Oh, okay.
How it works.
I went in a great fish store yesterday, Jungle Aquatics in Virginia Beach. Too bad I'm 10-ish hours away from home. Next time I'll have to plan to take fish home. Yeah. So we didn't plan on taking many fish home this time, many new fish home this time. Just because last time we went to the fish swap, obviously it's different for you because you're 10 hours from home. Last time we went to the fish swap, there was an auction at the end. There was an auction at the end of this one too. But at the auction, my mother and my sister, they were bidding on every single one of them. So we took home like 6 bags of killifish.
Last time, yeah.
Last time. This time there was auctions at the end, and we pawned off our unwanted crevensis and cherry barbs to the auction. We donated them. They went for like $1, or the cherry barbs went for like $3. But we ended up with a ton of plants because we bid on the plants. I bid on like reptile. Well, yeah, I bid on like reptile
plants and
terrarium plants and some aquatic ones. I took some nice pictures of them, and I want to update the get gills, so I'm taking some new photos this evening and tomorrow morning. Maybe we can get updated. If it is updated, I'll show it on Wednesday. But we could post, like, the weather's cooling off. We haven't posted any fish on there all year. We haven't had much fish, and we brought a lot to the swap. But I have some guppies that can go. And Matt, the Vienna guppies that I got from you, they have a ton of babies. I brought 5 babies to the show this weekend. And, oh man. Michael, our first sale was to Michael's fish room. And I can't remember if he got the Viennas or if he got Panda Guppies. Because I got Panda Guppies at the swap last year, and I bred them and then sold them this year. But I can't remember if he got, because he got, we only brought 2 bags of longfin albino Bristlenose plecos. And he bought the 2 bags, and then he bought either Panda or the Vienna Guppies that I got from you. But I have so many of them. But I feel bad if I sell them. So that's why I haven't posted them on Get Kills or anything. Maybe I'll upgrade them to a 20 because there's a lot of them and they're pretty. I like them. I ordered wingless fruit flies from Josh's Frogs, but they arrived dead. I was refunded. But it was because the mail system did not follow instructions on the box that clearly stated to keep them upright. So there was a couple people selling wingless fruit flies at the swap. and we got ours for $5. There was a lot of flies in there. I had to make a couple more because I think you have to replace them every week or two. And but we got that culture. I think it was $5. Other people were selling them for $12, $14, and $18. But how's the fundraiser going? It's going good. Oh, my mother already answered that, but she has funds left, and we're working on getting a building and renovating the building, and then she'll be all ready. Her first rescue is this weekend. It's a lizard. I think she's just keeping it though, because I don't even know.
Like everything else we get.
Yeah. She says nobody's gonna want it because it has a backwards leg, so that's her excuse for keeping it. And I think she's keeping it at a 10 for right now. We just moved 2 10-gallon tanks instead of 20 long because my mother got a leopard gecko, female leopard gecko, to go with the male that we've shown a couple times. And yeah. So now we have a male and female. We have to wait a year to breed them.
Yeah, I know, QC. She just took new pictures to put down there, and she just got new cultures 2 weeks ago to build up some of the cultures for the, especially for the show and stuff, because she was getting low between feeding and selling. So, but she just took all new photos today to change.
I have to take a couple more because, like I said, we haven't really posted any fish on here. That's where I got into the Vienna guppy thing. We haven't really posted any fish this year because we haven't really had anything new. That's why we don't post much on geckos, because we don't have anything really new. I just have to post like Cory cats. I don't know if I'm posting them. They're still small, but I could post them. I won't be posting the black Venezuelans because there's people that want them, and I've reserved them, like New Local Austin, and I even forget the guy's name, but he emailed me a couple months ago, and he wants black Venezuelans. But once everybody that has like wanted to reserve them, once they get their black Venezuelans, then if I have any left, they'll be posted for everybody else. But like the people who wanted them first, I know New Local Austin, he wanted them first. And I have some bandit Corys. I could post those. I have Panda Guppies. I don't know if my mom's going to have any green jade shrimp left over. Oh, she will, because we brought 18 to the swap, but we didn't sell any shrimp at the swap. So we could post some green jade shrimp too.
Yeah, that lady was so mad.
There's people at the swap that were there last year. I got some stuff from them, some fish, and the fish caught an infection. I was able to cure them, but then they caught an infection again, and they didn't make it. But oh my god, all their fish were really bad. And they were here this year too, and a lady bought shrimp from them, and then she walked over to our table, and she didn't know we had shrimp, and she was so mad that she didn't get shrimp from us because all of their shrimp are together. And we were standing talking with DeFreeze and the dude at this table that their fish aren't the best. I was watching him, and he had a container of red shrimp, and he just dumped it in with the rest, so all of his shrimp are together. And as the day goes on, he combines more containers of fish and shrimp and stuff, and whatever. We didn't even look at their table this year.
Yeah, to each his own, but I just wasn't impressed with the care being given his animals. Hey, Eduardo.
More photos, less text will keep people engaged. Yep. I was talking to Bill Cole and his friend and a bunch of other people about Keith too. Keith does talks and presentations and stuff about beginner plants and stuff. And he does that sort of stuff all the time. So I just have to do some revisions, but I wanted to present my presentation to them, to these people tonight, but I don't think I will. BBC Research called. So, cool.
Oh, must be important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only place we get our plans from is, well,
Keith.
They get them from Stephen, and we get them from Keith. And that's pretty much the only place we get our plans.
It starts out, we didn't plan on taking home any fish.
Yeah.
The only fish we took, well, I plan on getting green lasers. I knew I was getting green lasers this year because I wanted them last year.
That was the plan.
So I already had the tank emptied.
Nothing else was.
We didn't take home any fish. Keith, our friend, gave my mother a rainbow fish that nobody wanted. So that wasn't planned. And the gold lasers, they weren't planned. But they were good size. If they were babies, I wouldn't have got them. But they were good size. They were adults. So yes, I did. We did come home with 2 types of fish that we didn't plan on. We planned on getting gray tree frog tadpoles. My mother had already got them the night before. And I didn't plan on buying the dart frog tadpoles. But if I'm already going to keep gray tree frog tadpoles, I might as well just set up another one. I like the Panda Guppies. I like the short fins, yeah. I think they're pretty cool. The females are kind of bland. The Panda Guppies, the females are pretty cool, though. Because they have, like, red on their fins. But actually, their fins, they're not, like, strong red, because they are females. But you can definitely see the red on them. Because we had a bunch in a dish. And I was taking out the babies. But the adults, you can see the red on their fins. And the males are really pretty, so. Eduardo, hello? My friend had to fish out hundreds of gray tree frog tadpoles out of his outdoor tubs. Yeah. We don't have any at our house. So that's why we got some tadpoles from ABC. He breeds them. He actually had some frogs, but he sold them already. So we only had 1 left. So we got 7 tadpoles, and then we got 5 of the dart frogs.
Yep. They're kind of cool. I like those blue frogs.
They're going to be, yes. I have his card. It's Joe the Fish Guy.
Yep.
And he's definitely, I would buy from him. And I want to get some dart frogs from him, but I have to find a place for the ones that I got. He was selling everything you needed for dart frogs. He was selling the dart frogs, too. He had plants, he had springtails, isopods, fruit flies, and then he had some tadpoles and some actual dart frogs. And they were really pretty. I really liked them. But I didn't bring that much money on me. I brought enough to get, like, green lasers and extra stuff. But the nice ones that we really liked, I think they were $35 a piece. Which, that's not a bad price for frogs. I just didn't have that much cash on me. So I didn't get them. And I didn't want to get him without having a tank set up. So we didn't end up taking him home, but I grabbed his card so he can do it.
Yeah, it's got to be close for you, Eduardo, right? Starting back. Well, obviously you're already starting because you're helping training and stuff like that. But school's got to start soon for you guys. There's the man now.
KG Aquatics, welcome. Yep, so it was funny because we were talking with KJE and he was packing up his plants and he was like, do you need any Azola? And he's like, it's floating paint. And we were like, no more floating plants. We have plenty of them.
So now we have extra tanks
And
that were cleaned out for it.
there was an auction at the end, and we ended up getting a lot of the plants. So we got Azola, we got Salvinia. I think the Salvinia did actually come from KJE too, because it was with the Azola. I don't know what kind it is though, so if you know, Keith, then let me know. But it's different because I have Salvinia Minima, I think, and it's a lot different from the stuff that I got from the auction that came from you. So yeah, so I got that. We got a big plant that came from him. Then we got 2 reptile plants that came from Joe across from us. My mother bought a bunch of terrarium plants from Keith as well. He bought a bunch of different stuff.
He said it's the same. It just looks. You said it looked different, so you weren't sure.
Well, maybe my stuff's different. I don't know. But now we have a ton of that Azola. We have 10-gallon water bridges. They're empty because we sold the fish in them.
They're going away.
They're being taken down because I think we're moving the 75s down so we can have a rack for reptile tubs.
No, change that plan already.
All right, then what are we doing with them?
So the 10s are going away. They have water bridges. They're going to come down. They'll be moved somewhere. And then the 75 is going to go, the discus tank is going to go down the bottom. And I'm going to put the angel tank on top. And then cut the rack down. And then you'll have 4 foot by 6 foot area for bins or whatever. I like it better. Gives you way more room. Much easier build. Or much like that lady in down south who has that $80 rack, like that would fit there. And it gives you 12 bins already set up.
I actually like I like that idea because instead of like then it's like half and half instead of having those 275 spread out and then having all the racks spread out, all the tubs spread out. Then you have a rack for the 275s and then you have a bunch of space.
Oh, you started on Wednesday. All right. I knew it was real soon.
What?
That they started school.
Oh.
I knew it was real soon. You guys are, I thought you were generally like 3 weeks behind or 3 weeks ahead of when you guys go back.
We go back September 7th. So,
yeah. So it's almost.
And we end.
That's almost 4 weeks.
June 23rd or 24th. One of those dates. They just pick, I guess.
Keith said send him a picture. I'm trying to figure out.
I will. I'll send you a good picture too.
She figured out pro mode on her phone, so the cameras are really good, or the photos are really good.
I found pro mode on my whatever this phone is. I don't know what kind of phone it is.
S21.
On the camera app, there's photo, there's like video, there's single take, whatever. But then there's pro mode and pro video, pro photo, pro video, and now I can like focus better. I can zoom. Well, I can always zoom in, but I can adjust like the focus. So I was like flipping my phone upside down, like shoving it really close to the top of the water and taking some nice photos. So.
Hey, Jennifer.
You're talking at Norwalk Thursday? I don't know where Norwalk is. What's that? New York? New Jersey? New Jersey? Connecticut. It's Connecticut. Where is it? Oh my god. Why don't you know? Why aren't you answering me?
I forgot what I was going to say.
Where is Norwalk?
Oh, yeah, that's...
Connecticut.
Shit, I can't remember.
What?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking about, like going live. But I mean, you get to see Bill Cole, I guess, once in a while. But we were talking about going live, so if people saw something or wanted something, we can get it and send it to them. But like I said, it kind of died off, and I didn't really want to advertise too much.
I'm gonna ask him if I can take a photo with him when I go to the Danbury thing. But, yeah, him and his friend are gonna be there, and then other people too.
Hey, Skipper. I don't know if I said hi before.
Skipper, hello. And Jenna P. I don't know if I said hello.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't what it was last year, and I think it's because of the summer, and I think it's that time of the year. People are doing other stuff, so no, I get it, Keith. I feel the same way. Like I said, it definitely was hopping in the beginning, and then it just fizzled right out. Hour and a half into it, and then there was just nothing for the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I do think it's because that time of the year, last minute vacations. It was a gorgeous day out. Back to school.
It
shopping.
was. We were talking about how it's terrible because
I do think
last
Sunday.
Last weekend was hot, and we were sitting outside the entire time for a garage sale. And this weekend's nice, and we have to be inside. Yeah. It would be such a nice camp weekend, though. But we'll be at camp next weekend, so I'm really happy. And then we'll be at Danbury next week, the weekend after that. So.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of that stuff. Like I said, last minute vacations, back to school, beautiful day, just everything worked against them. That's why I think the November.
Last year was really good.
November is, when not a lot of people taking trips and such like that, and being on a Sunday, I think helped because I think less people do stuff on Sunday because, who wants a hangover on Monday? I don't know. Just my guess. But I don't organize swap meets, so.
Not yet.
But that's what I would definitely do it later. Or, what did I say? Like
no idea.
April. Sometime in April. You know what I mean? Coming out of winter. Looking for, people looking for stuff to do. So I think that would be a good month too.
Yeah, the Capital District one was in April. And as soon as the thing started, the escalators were packed with people. You could see them. I looked over and you just see like a mob of people coming up the stairs and walking around. It was busy there. The entire time. Like the entire time. It was busy. Me and him were walking around and we're just like trying to like get through all these people to go. That was probably the time that we went and walked to McDonald's. Or imaginary McDonald's.
Hey, Paul McCarthy.
It's fine.
Oh, you guys don't go back to the 10th of August. Students don't go back to that. I know teachers do their things a lot earlier, but you guys don't go back till the 10th of August. So, yeah, that makes sense. Because I thought it was a couple weeks.
So, Friday night, we started bagging up fish around 4:30, and we didn't get done till 11. Not necessarily bagging until 11, but the labels took a really long time. We bagged everything up and we had it all laid out. And then I went upstairs and I was making all the labels, and then my sister was cutting them, and then I had to get the laminator out and everything. And while I was doing that, they were talking about the Danbury thing. We were looking at, she booked the hotel, Barbara Romeo. I don't know if she's like the owner of the club, but she found me at she found my mother at the swap last year, Killifish Swap. And then she got me to do the presentation. So she booked the hotel and she told us what it was, Heidi's Inn or something. And we were looking at places around that and everything. And
He said there's a really good Italian restaurant next to where you're going to do the speech.
yeah, we were talking. There's a restaurant right next to the hotel as well. And then we started talking about when we were at the Capital District Swap. And we were hungry. So we walked to McDonald's. There was no McDonald's. We walked like a mile and a half down some sketchy streets. And there was no McDonald's there. We found a nice big egg, and a big pool.
That's what we've been dealing with, Keith. Hey, Eric.
Barbara.
We've been dealing with Barbara to set this whole thing up. So, yeah, she's been really good and helpful through the whole thing. And then talking to Bill Cole, and I can't think of the guy that was sitting next to him. Can't think of his name for some reason, but I'm horrible with names. So, he was also part of the Danbury Aquarium Society, so he was talking to us and stuff about it.
He was saying there's going to be like hundreds of people there with cameras and they're going to post it all over the
Well, I said that. And then he put
No,
in a
he
lot.
said that to me because I was over looking at reptiles too. And
yeah, because when he walked away, I said there's going to be like 100 or 200 people there. And he's like, yeah, there's going to be television crews and news reporters and such. And
yeah, I was over at...
trying to make you nervous.
I was looking at Christopher's table and he was like, young lady, are you doing this speech on live foods? He was asking me some questions about that.
It's he was telling me he was a class 4 master breeder. I don't know if that's the right phrasing of that.
Terminology.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I feel some people do that like I don't even know. But some people like breed things and then they get like certain points or whatever towards things. That would be cool. But.
Yeah, we talked to him for quite a while. Well, both of them actually. Or I did. Pretty interesting.
I always wanted to be a master breeder. I'll never be that level though.
Starting.
Where?
No time like the present to get in it.
Where? We have the room. We definitely have the room. We have all these tanks, but half the stuff we just not even like trying to breed it. I don't even know why. Like the plecos have been down there for a while. We shouldn't breed those chocolate ones. I don't feel like chocolates sell very well.
They were young too. A lot of people are still into the albinos. I don't know.
We need to breed the albinos again because we don't have many.
Yeah. I thought we had a lot more than that. But.
We sold a lot. We sold a lot of them. We brought them to the Capital District thing. We sold my cories, half my cories. We sold the plecos. We sold all the shrimp that we brought there too.
I was trying to read and then chat jumped and then I couldn't even figure out where I was. Yeah, I think they will. We'll work on it. Well, we'll see what happens now because we're going to do a little fish room shuffle. But got my CO2 hooked up. That only took, I don't know.
Half a year?
Months. 4 or 5 months.
We have this tank of CO2 that we got from this dude. It's a fluval CO2 thing. It's full and everything. Okay, not good enough.
I could still use the tank.
Not good enough.
Nope. Steven freaked me out, so I'm not using that.
Steven got him shivering, quaking in his boots, whatever. So that one wasn't good enough. So we ordered one, brand new. We needed citric acid and something else. Nope. Wasn't doing that. Steven scared him about the regulator or something. So we found this one at the swap. It was all full. pretty much brand new. It had the F-zone regulator, so he was like, all right, we're good. So he got that one, and he hooked it up. He got it yesterday, so we hooked it up the day after.
Yep. Because it came recommended by someone. So I got it. I said, oh, look, F-zone, brand new. I said, and the tank. I go, I'll take that. He wanted $75. I give him $50 for it.
Yeah. I'm not scared, just lazy. I wanted to do it on my 20-gallon in here for the longest time, but then I was like, I don't really want it in there anymore, so. But I asked people a bunch of questions about a bunch of stuff. I got some Pangea from Chris, and I got some other stuff from him too. Some springtails. And also the dude that had a bunch of reptile plants too, I asked him like how he grows them and stuff. He keeps a lot in the enclosures, but he also has a sweater box kind of container that if he has clippings, he'll take them out and he'll grow them in moss in there. Like sphagnum moss or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. You don't have a room, right? So meals are free if you're fast enough. If you don't have a room, maybe she's staying at a hotel down the road that has continental breakfast or something.
Where are you leaving? It's 5 o'clock.
It is?
Where are you going? To go get coffee or something?
Some bitch. No. I was gonna walk and get the
The CO2 thing?
I was gonna the other one.
Check if Science Scout's going. My phone's at 5%. Oh, I'll check if you want. If she's going at like 5:05 or 5:15, you can run and get it if you want. We could show it next time too.
Yeah, I'll show it next time. But
nope, she's scheduled for 5. Special guest Lefty 3213A.
oh, that's right. I
And
read
some
that before.
Aquashone talk. So let's get to it. All right. Well, we don't have any time. Science Guys live. So, thank you all for coming. I'm gonna go take some more pictures of fish and stuff. We're gonna update that get gills, and then on Wednesday I'll show it, probably if it's updated. But thank you all for coming. Hope you all have a great week.
Later, everyone. Enjoy the week. And QC, if you're still here, if you're looking for whatever, just get in touch with us directly. You don't have to go through Get Gills or nothing. I mean, we can always figure something out.
Yep.
So, all right. Catch y'all later. See you on the next stream.
Thank you, everybody.